see these edges are close, but they're not the same. They do just a little bit different stuff. Their numbers, I think, are very comparable to one another. So today, I guess we're going through my disc bag, and I'm gonna show you what I got in here and explain why I carry them. Well, we'll start off over here. We have heavyweights, lightweights, mid-ranges, and putters. So we're gonna start over here at the left on all my heavyweights. This one here, it's a Neutron plastic, Defy by Axiom Discs. I just like the feel of it, and so I keep it around. It hasn't been in my bag too long. I think it's been in there maybe, well, by the phone number that's on the back, it's been in there for 2 years at least.
You show the stamp.
Here's the Defy stamp. So, and then we go into, because I still like the plastic, the same Axiom Thrill, but this one's a Thrill. This one is very bright colored, so you can see it in dead grass. It does help a lot. It's the same type of plastic, it's just a different shape of the edge. The edge shape is different than this one. See? They're slightly different. So they fly slightly different. Then we have this North Valley series. This was a tourney that I played in. It's, what is this thing? I forget what it is. A River. It's a fairway driver. I use it on longer if you land in the fairway and you're still a good distance away from the basket. That's what I use that for. Same with this one. The Latitude, what is this thing? It's an Explorer. It's a PDGA. We got this with the first PDGA membership. So this was the design they had that year. And it's actually a good little fairway driver. These are all heavyweights for playing in heavy wind. And then we get into the Corvette, which this is my heavy long distance driver, speed 14, fade 6, glide 6, fade -1, flight turn -1. This is my long bomber, my big wood, as they would call it in regular golf, but the big wood. And then this one I just picked up today. This is a Wraith. I've had a few other Wraiths, but they all got lost. So we're gonna try Wraith again. This time in lighter weight to what I think my last ones were. This one's a 163 weight, so that's kind of heavy, kind of not. My big bomber is a 166. This one I don't know anymore. This one I don't know anymore. That one I don't know. That one I don't know. So these are the only two I know the weights on my heavy drivers. You can tell by the way they feel. They're heavy. And then we get into the light stuff. This is one of my main ones that I used here is this Katana. This is the one I was throwing out most of the time you see me playing. This is the one I throw. I like the way it's a speed 13, glide 5, fade -3, turn 3. So it's fairly even. That's a fairly flat flying disc for me. So we'll put the heavyweights back and we'll pull out the lights. And then this one here, I picked it up at a disc golf shop. Oh, this one? I like the Katana, this is the second one of them I've had. The first one I wore out. I just got rid of it today after I bought that new Wraith. So then we have this Millennium's disc. It is an Inova product. It's a 148, so it's in the lighter side, but it has a speed 13, glide 5, turn -1, or fade -1, turn 4. So it turns over pretty good for me. Gets over there into the, you need to big skip it out into up to the basket. That's what I use that one for. High-speed disc. It's meant for long drives. I kind of use it that way. And then the Beast, I don't throw the Beast much anymore, but I keep it in there for certain shots. You can see this one's been beat up pretty good. So this one's got a speed of 10, glide of 5, fade -2, turn 2. So this is a fairly good beginner's disc, and I like it. I keep it around because it's a good, it says it's a distance driver, but I use it as a fairway driver. Then we get into the Felon. I got this because Paige Pierce was throwing them, and this one's light. So this one's the Lucid Air. I think it weighs 159, so it's not super light, but it's not crazy heavy either. So it's got a speed 9, glide 3, turn turn 0.5, fade 4. So that's, it's a nice flying disc for me because I throw in the sidearm. So it flies nice for me. And then this one here, this Inova Star Tl3. I don't throw this one sidearm. It doesn't fly right for that for me. It's a speed 8, glide 4, turn -1, fade 1. So this is actually a fairly nice disc, 150. I throw this now that I'm trying to learn forehand or side across the body. That's what I use this disc for mainly, and it's a light disc, so it doesn't hurt my shoulder. It flies well. I've got a nice bird with that one before. And then we have the Ape, which is I use the Ape and the Boss kind of in place of one another. Their numbers are really close. So because I use them interchangeably, they're basically the same disc to me. So their numbers are 13, 5, 0, -1, 4, 3. So they're really close into what they do is the same thing. So I use them interchangeably. Now we go into the mid-ranges. We have this one, this rock. I think we were talking this one earlier today about this one. This is a Champion Rock 3 mid-range. I don't even remember. The numbers have long since been worn off of this thing.
How long have you had that one?
I got this one is probably 2014, maybe 15. It's been with me for a while. It's got 2 different phone numbers on it, so I've had that one for a while. You can see this one's beat, but it still flies nice for me. And then we've got this one, the Champion Shark. I've had this one since about the same time frame. You can see it's just about as beat up. But these are my 2 most reliable mid-ranges for my mid shots, which is kind of what everyone says I do well, is my mid game. And then we get into this one. This is a KC Rock Pro. It's a 180 gram. It's a real heavy mid-range. This is another rock, basically, to kind of compensate. Does a little bit. See, these edges are close, but they're not the same. They do just a little bit different stuff. Their numbers, I think, are very comparable to one another.
Show the stamp on that one.
Oh, the stamp on this one is the Santa Cruz stamp.
Love it.
And then we get into this one. This is the PDGA for 2021, year of the COVID,
Well, 2020 is
2020, yeah. This is not 2021 because we didn't get 2021's discs.
Yeah, so that's your 2020.
This is 2020 PDGA. I don't know how many people got one of those, but it's a beautiful stamp on it. And this is, what is this thing? It's a compass. It's a nice mid-range. The numbers on it are 5501. Very similar to, I think, the Shark. Yeah, the Shark is, I can just make it out of 5402. So it's very similar. That's why I keep to the Shark. It's very similar to the Shark. And then Birdie Club PDGA, what is this? This is 2019.
2019.
Birdie Club, this is, what is this? This is the Buzz.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's 177. I don't really throw this one that much. That's where I normally go for the Rock over the Buzz, but I'll throw the Buzz if I lost the Rock. And then we go into Axiom Discs. This is my mid-range. This is my floater. I use this one as, not a floater, it doesn't float in water, but it has a nice float. It doesn't, it's not a fast-going disc. I don't know the numbers on it, but just by the edge, you can see if I, get up next to this one, this is a faster disc compared to this is a floater. It's almost like you could use it as a putter, almost. So that is the mid-ranges. And we go into putters and markers. So I have this putter. I've been carrying this putter around for the past 4 years, I think. No, 3 years now. I've been carrying that putter around. And I've been carrying this one around for the past 2 years. This is the Page Pierce Fierce first run. We also have the Test Flight, which is nice. Those are just nice putters. They're just regular putters. Then I keep a piece of foam with me for going like this and kneeling on. It's my kneel pad. So yeah, throw one down and then I can kneel on it and throw the other one. Then we go into my markers. In case I lose one, I have two. I have a PDGA with that same stamp. I love that stamp. And then I have Thor. Those are just my markers for if you're playing in tourneys, you have to mark your lie instead of just using the disc to go off of. You have to mark your lie.
Okay.
So, and the only other thing is over there, right here, that I have that should stay in my disc bag at all times, is, you saw it the other day, is this, or the other day today, is the Golden Retriever, meant for getting discs out of the water, which we weren't unsuccessful with yours. But we have one in case it needed. I like the ones that are on a pole better, but that one works too.
Okay, so out of everything you have in your bag,
I also have, the only other thing I have in here is a pair of gloves that are from Harbor Freight, and they have that real spongy fingers on them. If it's cold outside, I'll use those to play with. I'll play in those. So sorry to interrupt.
No, it's okay. I just figured I'll ask a couple of questions that I'm sure the fans want to know.
Okay.
Okay, so question number one. Out of all the discs in your bag, which is your go-to most #1 reliable disc you have in that bag? It's going to go exactly where you want it to go.
Right now it's going to be my Katana.
The Katana. Okay.
Right now it's my main disc I play with. On my drives and my main mid-range is my big part of my mid game is big part of the game because that's where I make up for my poor drives. And I get easy putts. And that would be this one here, my Rock 3. That's my go-to general purpose mid-range right now.
Okay. And of all the discs in your bag, which one in there right now, as of 2022, has been in your bag the longest?
That's a toss-up between these two discs right here. Those could have been in my bag since...
The Rock 3 and the Shark 3?
The Rock 3 and the Shark 3. I think I bought these two discs probably about the same time at Big Five in Placerville when we were living up in Georgetown.
Wow.
So those have been sitting in my bag since probably 2013.
Wow. Okay.
Because that's when I started playing, was 2013. I think these were some of my very first mid-ranges I bought that were better than the starter kit.
Okay. Last one.
Mm-hmm.
Of the discs in your bag, which disc are you the most proud of?
Well, the one I'm the most proud of is not in the bag, but probably right now is probably the Fierce.
Okay.
I keep a Sharpie. I have a pencil. Needs to be sharpened. Been sitting in there for probably 3 years. Since the last time I played an attorney.
All right. So we see a good shot of your bag, the front of your bag.
Good shot of the front of my bag is right there. Looks like a rainbow.
Yes, it does. Well, thank you for taking the time to show us your bag.
Mm-hmm.